Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to our beloved lecturer Miss Seti. Today, our group is very excited to present our case study for HTC630 Organizational Behavior for the Hospitality and Food Service Industry. As you can see on the screen, our research focus on an iconic property located in the East Coast, which is Pantai Cahaya Bulan Resort or PCB Resort in Kota Bharu, Kelantan. Before we dive deep into how this resort manages its daily operation, let me introduce the hardworking team members behind these projects. First, myself, Arisa Sofia binti Rosmano. Second is Nur Shalini binti Muhammad Rizza. Third, Nur Ainin Sofia binti Anwar. Fourth, Nur Hani binti Hamdan. And lastly, Muhammad Muizuddin bin Sheikh Yusuf. Okay, now let's move on to the introduction of organization to give you a clear picture of our case study. PCB Beach Resort is an established three-star property located strategically along the scenic coast of Kota Bharu, Kelantan, and it operates under the solid management of Kelantan Development Resources Sdn Berhad. While the site itself has a long story, the resort was formally established as a commercial hospitality establishment in 1971. Today, the resort has successfully positioned itself as a key player in the local hospitality sector by offering a complete vacation and event experience. Their core service include traditional beachside salad, professional event space, and a popular local seafood dining restaurant. Looking at their business model, they cater to primary market, which is casual leisure tourists who want to experience authentic Kelantanese hospitality, and corporate groups conducting large-scale team building events. Because their guest occupancy rates change constantly throughout the year, the resort operational structure relies heavily on a highly flexible and dynamic workforce to maintain smooth daily hospitality operation and keep service delivery seamless.
Next, I will explain the topic of personality, attitude, and individual differences based on the management practices at PCB Beach Resort under the leadership of Encik Ismail. Firstly, the resort emphasizes cheerful and standardized service. Every employee is encouraged to greet guests warmly and maintain a friendly attitude through the greet and meet culture. To ensure consistency in service quality, the management provides continuous training so that employees with different personalities and backgrounds can deliver the same standard of hospitality. Secondly, the resort practices 24-hour shift flexibility. Employees are fully committed to a rotational shift system consisting of the morning shift from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., the evening shift from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., and the night shift from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. This reflects employees' positive attitude and willingness to adapt to organizational needs. Thirdly, the management values emotional stability and empathy. During peak season of period of high occupancy, employees are encouraged to remain calm, control their emotions, and show empathy by treating guests and colleagues with respect and understanding, recognizing that everyone has their own limitation. The fourth practice is 300% committed and a proactive mindset. Employees are expected to demonstrate a positive attitude by taking initiative, giving their full commitment, and proactively monitoring important resort utilities such as water and electricity to ensure smooth daily operation. Another important value is discipline and spiritual strength. Employees are encouraged to fulfill their daily prayers or salat as a foundation for self-discipline, emotional control, and effective stress management, which positively influences their work attitude. In addition, the resort focuses on service excellence by encouraging teamwork in a cheerful and supportive environment. This helps minimize guest complaints, improve cooperation among employees with different personalities, and build long-term guest loyalty. Lastly, the management promotes employee welfare and motivation through initiatives such as the Employee of the Month Award, sport activities, and games rooms. This program increases employee motivation, strengthens positive attitudes, and encourage better relationship among individuals with different personalities. Overall, these management practices demonstrate how personality, attitude, and individual differences can be managed effectively to create a positive working environment, improve employee performance, and enhance guest satisfaction. Next, I would like to explain the topic of perception, emotion, and motivation based on the management practices at PCB Beach Resort. Firstly, the resort emphasizes professional boundaries between employees and guests. Although staff are expected to be friendly and helpful, they must avoid becoming overly familiar with guests. This helps maintain professionalism, creates a positive perception of the resort, and protects its reputation. Secondly, the resort practices monitor communication or jaga adab. Employees are expected to communicate politely and respectfully through both verbal and non-verbal communication. By maintaining proper etiquette, staff create positive first impression and ensure guests feel respected and valued. Another important practice is following the chain of command. When conflict or aggressive customer complaints arise, employees are encouraged to remain calm and report the issue through the proper management hierarchy instead of reacting based on personality emotions. This promotes emotional control and effective conflict management. The result also encourages proactive problem solving. Employees are expected to stay calm under pressure, think critically, and suggest mature and practical solutions to management whenever operational challenges occur. This reflects both intrinsic motivation and professional responsibility. To support employees' emotional well-being, the resort organizes stress relief and teamwork activities such as water sports, kayaking, and jungle trekking. These activities help reduce workplace stress, strengthen teamwork, and increase employee motivation. Lastly, the resort promotes guest and staff management by organizing special events that improve communication between employees and guests. These activities strengthen positive relationships, increase employee confidence, and enhance guest satisfaction through better interaction. Overall, these practices demonstrate how perception, emotion, and motivation are effectively managed to create a positive work environment, improve employee performance, and deliver excellent customer service.
Now we move to topic number 3, which focus on values, culture, and employee engagement. Based on our discussion with Encik Ismail, he emphasized that the culture at PCB Beach Resort is not just professional but deeply personal. He described it as a big family environment. To ensure this culture stay positive, he practiced participative leadership. This means he used an open door policy to eliminate the traditional hierarchy, making sure lower level employees feel comfortable talking to the top management. This approach is deeply rooted in traditional Kelantanese hospitality, where warmth and mutual respect are core values. To give employees a voice, the resort use both formal and informal channels. Formally, they have daily morning briefing and monthly interdepartmental meeting to discuss operational hurdles. Informally, Encik Ismail is very approachable, often using WhatsApp group to allow staff to pitch creative ideas instantly. Finally, for recognition, the result balance intrinsic reward, like verbal praise during briefing, with extrinsic ones, such as the Employee of the Month award, KPI bonus, and their annually appreciation dinner. We moving on to topic number 4. We look at the challenge of job satisfaction and turnover. This is perhaps on the most critical areas in hospitality today. Encik Ismail identified that the biggest challenge is managing the expectation of Gen Z worker and dealing with the seasonal nature of Kelantan tourism. The resort faces and extreme workload during school holidays, followed by quiet period during the monsoon season, which can lead to job dissatisfaction. Feedback from the staff is generally very positive regarding the positive environment. However, the manager is honest about the reality of burnout. When major corporate event or wedding happen simultaneously, the physical pressure is immense. To combat this and reduce turnover, Encik Ismail has implemented a two-pronged strategy. This is cross-training and job rotation. By teaching a front office staff the basic of food and beverage, for example, he reduced job boredom and give them a clear career path. Second, he ensures welfare through fair overtime pay and flexible scheduling. Lastly, he organized team building activities like BBQs, telematches, and indoor sports. These activities are designed to foster a sense of belonging, making the staff feel like they are not just employees, but a vital part of the organization.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shalini binti Muhammad Riza, and I will continue the presentation on communication in hospitality organization. Based on the interview with Encik Ismail, the manager of PCB Resort, effective communication is essential for the resort's daily operations. When misunderstandings happen, employees discuss the issue with their supervisors or department heads to solve the problem quickly. The resort also encourages open communication so that employees can freely ask questions, share concerns, and work together as a team. However, one challenge is ensuring information is shared accurately and on time between different departments. So, to overcome this, PCB Resort conducts daily briefings, especially during busy periods, so that employees stay updated and can continue providing quality service to the guests. Okay, next is for leadership styles and managerial approaches. From the interview, Encik Ismail explained that he practiced a supportive and employee-oriented leadership style. He believes that trust, respect, and good communication are important in building strong relationships with employees. Staff are also encouraged to share ideas and participate in improving the resort services. According to him, a good hospitality leader should have effective communication skills, problem-solving ability, adaptability, responsibility, and empathy. These qualities help motivate employees, create a positive working environment, and improve the overall quality of the service. Thank you.
For topic 7, Encik Ismail explained that teamwork between departments is very important at PCB Resort, especially between reception, housekeeping, food and beverage, and maintenance. For example, housekeeping prepare the rooms, switches on the aircon, and inform reception when the rooms are ready. If there are room defects such as water lights, housekeeping will contact maintenance. However, conflict may happen when employees have the "it is not my job" attitude, such as ignoring rubbish because they think it belongs to another department. To solve this, HR or Encik Ismail will give advice and counseling to the staff involved.
Now I will talk about organizational culture and service philosophy. PCB Resort emphasizes a working culture based on friendly service, professionalism, teamwork, integrity, and customer satisfaction. Employees are encouraged to provide polite, responsive, and high-quality service to ensure guests have a pleasant stay. To ensure that employees understand the resort service philosophy, new staff attend an orientation program followed by regular training on standard operating procedure, which is SOP, customer service and communication skills. Supervisor also monitor employee performance and provide continuous feedback to maintain service standards. To ensure consistent service quality, PCB Resort follow established SOP and responds promptly to guest complaint. For example, if a guest is dissatisfied with their room, the management may offer a room upgrade depending on room availability. This demonstrates the resort commitment to achieving high level of guest satisfaction. Based on the interview with Mr. Ismail, the owner of PCB Resort, the management ensure that all employees are treated fairly regardless of their position or background. The management maintains close relationship with employees so they feel comfortable communicating and working together. In addition, the resort celebrates employee birthday every month to recognize their contribution and promote a positive working environment. Regarding ethics, all employees are required to comply with the resort standard operating procedure and code of ethics. They are expected to be professional, punctual, responsible, well-groomed, and respectful towards both guests and colleagues. This practice helps maintain the resort professional image and ensure excellent customer service. If conflicts or unethical behavior occur, the management meet each employee individually to understand both sides of the situation before making a decision. Employees are first given advice and guidance to resolve the issue professionally. However, if the misconduct is serious or repeated, appropriate disciplinary action will be taken according to the resort regulation.
For topic 10, the main causes of stress are long working hours, staff shortage and high workload. Encik Ismail mentioned that sometimes employees need to work overtime when other staff are absent or MC. To manage this, PCB Resort use split shift where employees work for 4 hours, take a break and continue another 4 hours later. The resort also prepares standby staff to support operation. This can be linked to the job demand resources model because employee face high job demands. But the resort provide resources such as scheduling, support and standby staff to reduce stress and maintain service quality. Okay, for the OB theory link, the interview findings from PCB result can be connected to several organizational behavior theories. So, OB helps explain how employees behave at work, how they are motivated, how team is developed, and how management supports employee well-being. Since PCB result is in the hospitality industry, these theories are important because employee behavior directly affects service quality and guest satisfaction. Firstly, the finding on work culture and service philosophy can be linked to organizational cultural theory. PCB result emphasize friendly service, teamwork, professionalism, and customer satisfaction, which guide how employees behave at work. Secondly, findings on job satisfaction and motivation can be linked to Hesberg two-factor theory. Recognition such as employee of the month, verbal prize, bonus, and staff activities act as motivator factors, while fair overtime payment and flexible scheduling help reduce dissatisfaction. Thirdly, teamwork finding can be linked to Tubman team development theory because employees from reception, housekeeping, F&B and maintenance need to understand their roles and cooperate to perform well. Conflict management theory is also relevant because management handles conflict through discussion, advice and counseling. For stress management, the finding can be linked to the job demand resources models. Employees face high job demands such as long working hours, staff shortage, and heavy workload, especially during peak periods. However, PCB Resort provided resources such as split shift, standby staff, supervisor support, and staff activities to reduce stress. The finding on fairness and ethics can also be linked to ethical leadership theory because management treat employees fairly, gives advice when problem happens, and ensures staff follow SOP and professional behavior. Overall, these OB theories show that good people management is important in hospitality because supported and motivated employees are more likely to provide better service to the guests.
In conclusion, this case study shows that Encik Ismail has successfully applied important organizational behavior principles in managing PCB Beach Resort. This supportive and participative leadership style helps create a positive working environment where employees feel motivated, respected, and involved in achieving the resort's goals. Although the resort faces challenges such as heavy workloads during peak seasons and communication barrier among employees from different backgrounds, these issues are managed through effective communication, teamwork, and employee reward program such as the Employee of the Month Award, KPI-based bonuses, and overtime payment. Overall, effective leadership, good communication, and employee motivation are the key factors that contribute to the long-term success of PCB Beach Resort.
That brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you all so much for your time and your attention. Have a great day. See you and bye.
I just had to let you know you're